Early 2011, I sat with a bit of a scenario. I wanted to join a tennis club due to the fact that CPUT does not have an official tennis league for its students due to the lack of interest. I carefully did my research before deciding on a specific club. Little did I realize that the research I have done can actually relate to certain forms of analysis and it can be interpreted in a GIS. The process through which I decided on a specific tennis club will be discussed in this video. The ideal tennis club I was searching for had to meet a few requirements. These requirements were: it should be affordable, it should be within a realistic driving distance from my home, the club should be moderately active, the club should have spray lights for evening sessions. I found my club by means of the following process. I imported all the clubs into the GIS by manually digitizing the clubs. As seen on the map, all the tennis clubs and tennis sport facilities in the Western Cape is visible. To see which of these clubs were in range in terms of ideal club fees, I used a database analysis to select only the clubs which fees were below 400 Rand per year. The result of the query analysis were as follows. This is the image before the analysis, and these are the results after the query analysis. There were 13 clubs that met the 400 Rand requirement. After eliminating all the highly expensive clubs, I used the buffer analysis. Reason being that the main criteria a tennis club I would choose from must at least be in a certain range from my home. The buffer analysis enabled me to see which tennis clubs lies in range of the specific criteria. I created a 5 km buffer around my house. The following clubs stood out. After this, I was able to make my final decision. I decided to finally choose the Monte Vista Tennis Club. Even though Goodwood Tennis Club was a bit cheaper and closer, the club didn't really interest me in terms of activeness. The club has no league teams and only minimum socials, whereas Monte Vista Club has active social and league opportunities. Now that the final decision was made, I decided to work out the fastest and shortest route to the club which I will travel each time. The result of a network analysis enabled me to determine this outcome through means of a GIS. Note that the fastest and shortest routes in this map are both the same. The layout of the Monte Vista Tennis Club looks as follows. I conclude this video by making this statement. GIS is actually a very powerful tool. As I discovered, the majority of scenarios I have lived through and achieved can easily have been done through means of GIS analysis, if only I'd realized this useful tool earlier.